this sport
What it is, a rivalry game. For many schools and fans, it's days like today that can set your feelings about your school allegiance and provide a sense of accomplishment or dread for a very long time. Welcome to Sooner Nation in Gaylord Family Oklahoma Memorial Stadium. As we'll see a squad from the SEC, the Missouri Tigers, taking on the third-ranked team in the land, the Oklahoma Sooners. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, and Jesse Palmer with me. Guys, it's time to get it going. And the Sooners will put it away to start the game. And he's going to try to return this one. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. So Missouri's offense will take the field first. For the last time these two got together, the nails were chewed down to the cuticles. It was a barn burner. Think we get another one of those, Jesse?
I certainly hope so, Reese. And I know that mental toughness is very cliche in all of sports, especially college football. And David, it's something that coaches are always harping on, but this is one of those games, the team that's most mentally tough at the end, they probably win.
especially in rivalry games, especially in big moments, especially when there's more to it than just a game. So I think that this is something that who can focus, who can stay disciplined, who can stay tough and keep and block out all the noise.
Looking to fire. And the pass is incomplete, jarred loose by the hit.
Looked like the offense had a chance for a big play there, but the running back just could not reel that ball in.
This crowd going to try to make life miserable for these guys. Snagged out of the air. They'll make the stop about 3 yards short of the first down. Missouri will have to send out the punt team. First time we've seen their punt team this afternoon. First one is away, and boy, did he put in work in that loss last week, kicking it 5 times. They'll put a stop to that return as he gets it up to the 41-yard line. So Oklahoma's offense headed onto the field. Our first look at them today. We've had our eye on this guy for most of the season, and what a weapon he is. He is making a charge for the Heisman Trophy. And, David, I don't really think many would argue with it.
No, because it's been crazy. He's been the focal point of this offense, and he continues to deliver week after week. He's a superstar, putting up big numbers, carrying his team on his back. Jesse, that's a tough spot to do that for a whole year because of the physical pounding. It's been tremendous so far.
Yeah, can he keep it up is the question. And I think when I think back to the first half of this college football season, I think a lot of the most memorable moments and the best highlights have been this guy, right? He has shown up for his football team. He's done incredible things. Can he do that now in the second half of the season and make that Heisman push?
All right, guys, let's talk a little bit about Oklahoma. Just a few games remaining. They're atop the conference standings. Jesse, how hard is it not to look ahead at this point?
Really, really hard because everybody's talking about the conference.
Touchdown, Sooners! Haul that baby in and then stroll it into the end zone for the score.
Well, this offense is top 10 in the country in points per game because they've got a lot of speed and they've got home run hitters. They score fast. They don't need 10 plays to go down the field. You saw it right there. They've recruited well. They've got playmakers. They're going to be a problem for defenses all year long.
Missouri has the offense ready to go on the field. They didn't get much done the last time they had it. Had to punt it away from deep in their own territory, hoping this drive will be more productive. And the pressure gets there. And down he goes at the 18.
And the defense gets a sack, and that's going to be the big determining factor in this football game. A week ago, he only got sacked 1 time. They've already got him on the ground. If they want to win this football game, they got to keep getting after the quarterback.
He'll try to do it himself. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
Well, you're making a positive out of a negative. In that time, quarterback, nice job buying time. He's trying to throw the football downfield. Nothing there, so instead of throwing it away, getting the ink.
He hurls one deep down the left side. And that one's incomplete. They weren't just trying to move the chains. They were trying to move the scoreboard. Instead, it's fourth down. So Missouri will have to punt it away. 3 and out and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. Hauls it in at the 40. Little pressure on the coverage team there, and they'll stop him at the 47-yard line. Here comes the Oklahoma offense. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with this 7-0 lead. Back to pass. It's Mateer. Pocket breaking down. Just couldn't find an open man. He'll get rid of it, and it'll be second down.
Good decision by the QB. You're outside the pocket. You're trying to find an open target. No one's open. Throw it away and live to play another day.
Trying play action. Grabbed behind the line. It's up. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
And a really nice job by the defense winning second down. I think the quarterback thought he could dump this off, maybe get some positive yards, set up a good third down. The defense did a great job responding and getting that running back on the ground.
That penalty cost them a third down conversion, and now they'll have to try it from a little farther away. Offense breaks the huddle. It's third down. He's looking downfield to throw. He'll off one deep down the left side. And trying to put points on the board on third down. Now they're staring at fourth down. The Sooners line up to punt it away. Doesn't say much for your drive when you're looking forward to the punt. Sends his first one of the day on its way, and that matches the number of appearances he had in that win last week. Looking everywhere for room to run, but really good coverage, and he'll step out of bounds. Mizzou has it back on the offense coming out on the field. They really didn't move the ball at all the last time they had it, hoping for better fortune this time around. Powers through the defender. Hines is way ahead for 5, and now they've got it at the 28. Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Keeping it on the ground with the single back. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yardage.
Lost a throw on first down. And the Tigers now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. To the air on second down. He's moving out of the pocket. And he has a solid gain on the play before sliding.
And this is the hard part about being on defense and choosing whether to be conservative or bring the blitz. They bring the blitz, he sees it, and that's what he does really well. Sees it and immediately makes a decision, gets to some green, and gets a positive gain for this offense.
It's complete on the right side. Tackle is made at the 38, and let's see just how daring they'll be on fourth down. Missouri will have to send out the punt team. Hauls it in, looking for space. They're able to put a stop to that return right at the 30-yard line. So Oklahoma has it again, and here comes the offense. They missed an opportunity to extend this lead the last time they had it, Jesse.
Yeah, they got to be able to regain that momentum, right? Go back to what was working earlier on in this one. And David, to me, that starts with being the more physical team.
No, I definitely agree. Being the more physical team, but understanding the situation of the game. You're still winning. You got the football back. Now put a nice drive together and execute.
Got enough for the first. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. They'll put it in play from the 41 on first down. Dropping back, it's Mateer. Safe completion on the screen. And that's a very productive first down play and bringing up 2nd and 3. The play action fake. He's going to let one fly down the middle. It's picked off, and that's number 10. Got room on the return. He'll be stopped, but not before getting the football and picking up big yardage on the return. What a play there. Missouri has the offense ready to go on the field. They've gotten very little done on their first 3 possessions, hoping this one will be more productive. Pressure is on the way, and the pressure has arrived, and down he goes at the 30. The Tigers have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's 2nd and a mile. Back to pass. That's caught. It's Coleman. A solid pickup there. Works it to the 38 before being pushed out of bounds.
Well, that's great timing by the quarterback and receiver on that out route. If you're going to be running that against man coverage like they were there, that ball has to be thrown early, and it's got to be thrown out in front of the receiver, and they execute it perfectly.
Rush is on him. Time running out, and he goes down at the 34. So Missouri will have to punt it away. 3 and out, they got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. Makes a nice grab at the 25. Everybody stays in their lanes well enough, and they stop him at the 31-yard line. Opening snap of this drive comes from the 31-yard line. Snags a quick pass on the left. He'll be stopped and forced out of bounds, marking at the 47-yard line, and this offense is going to work. Big play out of the gate to start this drive, and here they come again. Quick completion to the right. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Working well behind the sticks on 2nd down. To the air, it's Mateer. With the catch, it's Kent. Now facing a 3rd and long. Quarterback may change this route. Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down through the air. Finds him out of the backfield. He ended up losing yardage on the play, and that'll bring up 4th down. The Sooners decide to punt it away. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. Excellent job on the punt. Bounces out of bounds at the 5, and they'll have 95 yards to go in front of them. First play of this drive comes from the 5-yard line. Looking to throw on first down. Trying to get rid of it. Good job to toss that ball out of bounds and avoid the loss. One final play before the end of the quarter. Back to pass on 2nd down. Throws for the tight end. Got his man downfield. They finally get him on the ground, but that's the kind of play that will carry momentum into the 2nd quarter. We reached the quarter break with Oklahoma on top. We've played one. Before we move on, let's have a look at the stats. Lots of time left, and we're ready to get back to it and open the 2nd period. So they'll go back to work after changing into the field. Looking to throw on first down. And the catch along the sideline will come up a little short of the first down.
Nice job there. Good timing between the QB and the wide receiver executing that out route.
2nd down, he'll throw it. Pressure is on the way, and the pressure has arrived, and down he goes at the 30.
Boy, this defense is
Got it in the middle. It's Manning. Doesn't quite make it to the first down marker. He's a yard short. Missouri will have to send out the punt team. They may have to pay him overtime. He's punting for the 5th time today. Just needs a crack to get a return. And the coverage team able to wrestle him down. Here come the Sooners ready to go on offense. They'll have another opportunity to extend this lead after punting last time, David.
And it's important to put that punt behind you. It's over.
Turning it on! Ripped off a huge shot play on that one as he gets the first down before he steps out of bounds. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Under fire. Finds his man. It's up. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a first down. Guys, Oklahoma's transition to the SEC in 2024 taught them a lesson that you might be able to get by at times without offensive consistency, but you won't thrive. So what kind of pressure, David, is the new guy under center under?
A lot of pressure, but obviously the experience, the transfer over. He was the top guy at that spot in the transfer portal. You bring in a new offensive coordinator, new weapons around him, so a revamped new Oklahoma offense. They're hoping they'll match their defense, and those wins will go up and up and up.
They'll spot the ball at the 12 after that completion. And the Sooners come to the line with a new set of downs. To the air, it's Mateer. Looking for the score. Touchdown, Oklahoma! They wanted to finish, and that they did on that possession. Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point makes it 14-0. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Guys, let's recap that to pick up the W. And a win is a win, but this was not the type of convincing victory they've gotten used to in Raleigh. Never know what can happen when two good teams face off, but even the most plugged-in ACC fans have to be surprised by this one, fellas.
Kevin, thanks a lot for that one. Sounds as if they had a good one there. He'll be stopped and forced out of bounds. Mark it at the 47-yard line, and this offense is going to work. The Tigers, after exploding for that huge run, back to work. To the air on first down. Can't find a man, and he'll be knocked down at the 40. This pass rush has just been relentless, and you can bet your bottom dollar they're about to bring the heat again. Going to swing it on second down. Incomplete. He had to get rid of it before he wanted to. The defense put the heat on. The Sooner fans booming. A cacophony of noise at the Palace on the Prairie on third down. Here comes the heat. And the quarterback runs out of time, and down he goes at the 38. So Missouri will have to punt it away. And these guys have been busy. 6th punt of the day. He's got it. He's got great speed. Touchdown Sooners! The hidden yardage, the big play, special teams coming through. That return man saw daylight the instant the ball touched his hands, and he darted to it and took it to the house.
And Reese, I think it's one of the hardest things to do in football, to catch the ball as all these guys are flying around you, and you got to take it, make a miss, try to find spaces and creases that aren't there. Great job making a huge play. Special teams and punt returns coming up big.
Mizzou has it back on the offense coming out on the field. They're looking at a 21-point hole. There's still time to do some work, but there's also no time to waste.
Well, this offense will screen you in a variety of ways. They'll throw receiver screens, tight end screens. The running back screen also a big part of what they like to do, like you just saw.
They'll go to work in the air on second down. Finds his tight end. After the filthy move, he's got room. Steps out at the 34-yard line. Big pickup on that one in this offense within striking distance. This first half of offense won't go on the highlight reel so far. It's starting to get things moving. It's 1st and 10. Here's a heat. And the defense picks up a sack, getting the quarterback down at the 44. has to go up top. Under fire. Caught over the middle. It's Terry. And a good job of coverage by that defense. Just a short pickup. And that last completion left them short of the sticks. It's third down. Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a fourth down. Let's see if they can get something going here late in the half. Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground.
And what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles, and those guards and centers have to work together. They got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats. Nowhere to go. When you run into him, you usually meet the ground.
From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. Able to pick his way forward for a decent game before the defense gets him down. Down to 2 minutes before the half, and they'll take the timeout and see if they can add a little more before the break. They'll snap it from the 48 on third and short. They'll ride the running back and leave it with it. Putting together a real scoring threat here as they pick up the first down at the 36. The Sooners come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Looking for space, it's Ott. And he does a really nice job finding open space and making a good gain before the stop is made. He's up to 57 yards rushing in this one and closing in on 1,800 yards for the season. They make the tackle, but he's got a fresh set of downs, and it's first and goal from the 7. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. This offense has been running wild in the first half, but wait, they want more before they go to the locker room. Wideout trying to get it in. He's all the way down to the 2-yard line. Just spectacular execution there. The defense uses their second timeout of the half as they try to get their act together. They want to run this quarterback. Touchdown, Oklahoma! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
And this crowd was already jacked up. They were already excited. They were already making a difference in this football game, and the offense continues to pile on and give them something to cheer about. 27-0 here in the first half. This has been all home team.
They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. First play of the drive, wants to throw. Got his man quickly. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few. Missouri gets to the line quickly. Wants to fire on second down. And it'll be incomplete. This is some physical pass defense.
Well, this offense has gone his way early and often in this game. They've gotten into a nice rhythm. That time, though, the defense was expecting the throw going his way, and they put a really nice hit on him.
He tosses one high and deep down the left side. And they wanted it all on third down, but now dealing with fourth down. Missouri will have to send out the punt team. Wants to bring it back. The solid return there offsets some of the punt yardage and really sets up this offense nicely. The Sooner offense returns to the field. How about the way they attacked the last time they had the ball, mixing run and pass and winding up in the end zone, Jesse?
That's why recruiting is so important. They've got weapons at every skill position on the field. Any of these guys is dangerous if they touch the football. Let's see what they do on this drive, David.
And so, Palmer, I got to take away something. I can't let them have everything and have success. I got to be aggressive against the run or play for the pass. I can't give them everything.
Pass to 45. Big pick up on the ground here to keep this drive moving and give them a first down. The offense will stop the clock and use one of its timeouts. They've got it at the 37. It's 1st and 10. Using his legs, it's Ott. Ripping off a good chunk inside the 25, and they're set up with a first down. So they move the sticks on the run. Let's see what they do with this one. They'll ride the hot hand. How about this sophomore stopping him short of the first down line? The offense quickly calls timeout to stop the clock.
Timeout, Oklahoma.
Running out of time here in the first half, they're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Zings it complete to the right. He'll be brought down at the 3-yard line. An explosive play in the passing game has him on the doorstep. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. Scanning the field, it's Mateer. Can't make the grab as he was going for 6 right there.
In the last couple of weeks, man, you're getting a lot of consistency from this QB. And you got to love it as a play caller, man. You can drop him back. You can throw the ball a ton. You can trust him. Getting the ball to different wide receivers. He's really in a good groove the last couple games.
A run for the quarterback. And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown Sooners!
This offense looks like they're in a rhythm. Whatever they've been dialing up here in the first half, they've had a lot of success with. You saw it on that last drive here at the end of the second quarter. Scoring a touchdown, they're going to be difficult to stop in the second half, and the defense needs to start making adjustments.
First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update. Missouri will kick it off to open this second half. Here he comes from inside his own 5. He gets a block. Got him on the move. There we go. Open it up. And look at him. It's a touchdown. Now they have extended this lead, guys, starting to put the hammer that sometimes a rivalry game can give you a little of extra fight back.
And there can be no panic at this point now. You worked too hard this offseason, David. They've had this game circled for so long. You've got to play your best football right now and fight back.
And you just need something good to happen on this next possession. You got to get the crowd back into this football game. Big rivalry. Get some emotion. Get some momentum on your side.
Missouri has the offense ready to go on the field. We'll see if they can be a little more productive this time around. A 3-and-out the last time they had the ball. The short hands. It's Manning. And the Tigers can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards. He'll pull it on the read. There he goes. They finally wrestle down the senior, but not before he picks up some valuable ground. The offense getting set for a first down from the 45. Looking downfield on first down. Quickly to the tight end. Steamrolls his way ahead. And he'll have to check his fillings after that lick, but he did get the first down. This offense hasn't found the end zone yet. Starting to move, it's 1st and 10. Wants to go up top on first down. Just too much of a rush, and down goes the quarterback just behind the midfield stripe at the 49. The Tigers with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. Second down, they'll go to the air. Fires to the big fella. And he might be known for run fits, but that was a sure and heavy tackle on the tight end. It'll be 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. And the defense will corral the quarterback, and down he goes at midfield. So Missouri will have to punt it away.
In punt formation to kick it away.
Here's the punt, and whether it goes 3 yards or 93 yards, just don't let that return guy get it again. Now the Oklahoma offense will go back to work. This has been a exactly the way you draw things up, David. The offense has really been moving the football.
And it's been great execution.
Running free. And they get him out of bounds after an explosive run, just chewing up. Got it again.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the third quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical, and they're trying to stay on the field.
Finds the tight end. They make the stop, but he'll have enough yardage for a first down.
And that's what I love about this offense. You're not going to get all of your big chunk plays in the passing game by throwing it deep down the field. You can kind of dink and dunk. And on that RPO play, they had it dialed up and set up to go to that player in the right flank. Nice job.
He's all the way down to the 3. Showed it all on that run. And the Sooners have it in scoring position on first and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. And the defense stuffs the run, and the ball will remain at the 2.
If you're going to stop the run game, you better be physical up front on the defensive line. They've got some maulers. They've got some dudes with bad intentions. Nice play there.
And he's stuffed by that big defensive tackle up front. They'll come to the line just 1 yard shy of the goal line on third down. Just going to keep it after the snap. That just never had a chance as they controlled the middle of the field and stopped him in the backfield on third down. Fourth down and goal from the 3. Can the defense get a stop? It's dropped, and oh, what a tough way to end this drive. Desperately wanted to convert on fourth down, but couldn't do it. Wants to throw on first down. Pressure got to him, couldn't get rid of it, and they got him for a safety. They'll get set for the free kick after the safety.
Well, the defense could smell blood in the water in that situation, and a great job pursuing, getting to the football, showing you all of that athleticism they have, and they come away with the safety.
So here comes the Oklahoma offense. A really disappointing end to that last drive, David. Getting stopped on fourth and goal, they'll try to regroup.
And I think I'm preaching to my squad right now. Listen.
There he goes to the right. And he slipped through the crowd, and he'll house it. Touchdown, Oklahoma!
Man, oh man, when you got a weapon like that, you got to find him, and you got to give him the ball in space. You have some plays on your play sheet, and some of them just say, that guy, get him the ball, let him do the rest. Dangerous weapon out of the backfield, catching the football, making the big play.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Looking to throw on first down. Caught in the backfield, it's Coleman. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. The Tigers can really attack on this second and short. Looking to fire. And the defense makes a play, and they get the quarterback down at the 26. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On third down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. Trying to make magic on the scramble. At the 40, there he goes. He's finally stopped, but a big play there with his speed as he moves those sticks. Missouri has it ready to go with another first down. Looking to throw on first down. Pulls it in. A huge play there, and they finally get him out of bounds at the 37. As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. On the ground, it's Hardy. Quick spin on the run. He'll pick up a few before being knocked out of bounds at the 31.
Out of bounds at the
End of the period, Oklahoma has the lead. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. I guess if you're an optimist, the stage is set for a massive fourth quarter comeback. They had a chance to mull things over. Let's see how they start the final period here on second down. Looking downfield, it's Horn. Intercepted. Big play stops the drive. He goes down after the short return, but what a play to get the football back. From the shotgun, the inside give. Pretty good job of running to get two there to the 32.
And here's the mindset if you're on offense. Fourth quarter, you've got a huge lead. Obviously, you're going to run the football, but just be aware of the clock. You don't want to snap it too quickly. You're probably just doing safe runs inside the tackles like you saw right there. You just got to execute. You got to be aware, but you've got this game in hand so long as you don't turn it over.
And I know you can play these late game situations differently, but I love when you just stay physical. You run the football, you preserve the lead, you got great field position, you're in a great position to salt this clock away and get a W.
Looking for a physical attack from the gun. He did not make it a stone wall on third down. The Sooners, they snap it to the up end. He'll try to run for it. They'll stop him short, and they had it sniffed out from the beginning. Mizzou has it back on the offense coming out on the field. Ready to fire from the pistol.
Let's go!
To the air on first down. And the heat gets home. They knock him down back at the 45. And the Tigers trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. These corners going to give these receivers some space. Pressure coming. And he feels the heat coming and it burns him up. Another sack.
Man, the sack, and this offense has just struggled. They haven't done anything right, and they got a full quarter to go. They got to find something in this next quarter to hang their hat on, something to leave with some positive vibes.
On third and long, hoping to throw beyond the sticks. Fires to the big fella. Breaks into the open. Smashes him with the stiff arm. Out of bounds right at the 20-yard line. Edge of the red zone, and they have their eyes on a score. Leaves it with the back. Running to Green. And he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown, Tigers.
I think it's a good sign for coaches to see that their team is still fighting. They're getting blown out in this game. Nothing has gone their offense's way. They've been outmatched. But here in the fourth quarter, you like to see guys competing. You like to see guys still trying to fight. Because as a coach, you want to know, next time you take the field, which guys you can depend on and what you can build off.
He'll start the return inside his 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. On the ground, it's Robinson. Gets it past the first down marker and still running. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. Lining up from the 34 on first down. They'll run it to keep the clock moving. Nice pickup on the ground there, and they'll move the sticks for the first down.
And I think the biggest thing for this young man is we've seen him be so great all throughout the season. How do you finish? And how do you finish decides if you win that big trophy at the end of the year. He's in the Heisman running late in the season. I bet you he'll get a lot of touches today.
That's just a really nice job by the running back, making the first guy miss and going to get positive yards. This guy's got some wiggle, and you saw it on that play.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. From the gun, the running back has it. And he won't quite get there, but boy, after that pickup, just a few inches to go for the first, an array of possibilities here. Clock stops. We have reached the 2-minute timeout, and this offense just a couple of minutes away from putting one in the win column. The Sooners come to the line needing just inches for the first down. Can't make the connection on third down thanks to that tough, hard-nosed pass defense, and now it's fourth down.
And how about this offense? They're not worried about the clock. They're not worried about the score. They're not worried about early and down. Still trying to execute their offense. Still trying to make big plays. And they've had a great day so far. How about that? Fourth down, I'm going for it because I'm ending this game with my offense on the field, getting the first down, and now Palmer just watching it go tick, tick, tick.
Yeah, listen, it's just imposing your will, right? You know you're running it. The opponent knows you're running it there on fourth down. There's just nothing they can do to stop you.
And the Sooners now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. From the gun, running back gets the give. And a nice run there before the defense finally makes the stop.
And this is the part of the game where you could really see this guy take over, right? Like, you've got the lead, the big running back. He's physical in the fourth quarter, starting to get a little bit tired. Let's see if he can keep this going.
Moving deeper into enemy territory. Move the chains. It's first down at the 27. The Sooners come to the line with a new set of downs. Looking to throw, it's Mateer. They're setting up the screen. They'll spot the ball at the 12 after that completion. Lots of good stuff on that play. You slow down the rush, you get a completion, and you move the chains.
And most importantly, you're right. You don't force a short yardage situation that you have to get. Nice job. Invite that rush up the field. Take advantage of the aggressiveness of the defense. Make the catch. Make the run. Get the first down.
Quick throw, but he's not going anywhere. The defense was all over it. The Sooners have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's 2nd and a mile. Got his man. That completion will take it inside the 4, and the offense is threatening.
These third downs are so critical in deciding the outcomes of football games, especially when you start to get closer to the end zone. You drill it, you practice it. This offense needs to be dialed in, needs to be in rhythm, and needs to execute on this third down.
That's a great job by the defense, but I don't think the quarterback made the right decision on that RPO. It looked as if the defense was expecting run. They had the box crowded. That's when the quarterback, I think, needs to hold on to and then throw downfield.
They'll use the timeout. 6 seconds left on the clock. After this, it'll be a wrap. Looks as if he's going to run it. And how about the work up front by that big defensive line? They get the timeout, and the clock reads 3 seconds. Can the D deny them on 2nd and goal? This is a design run. And they're going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their total.
And they just keep piling on the points. We've seen in big moments in this game, they have been able to step up and deliver, particularly on offense. Very impressive performance.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. And here we go. Final play of the game right here. Back to throw. It's Horn. He wants a big play here late. Can't make the catch. In fact, he just flat dropped it, and they just dropped the game. It's really easy to get caught up in the emotion of a rivalry game. We did, and certainly this was a huge win.
Yeah, and you started, you circled it, you were ready for this team. This is the rivalry you put a lot of stock in all offseason. We're talking about this game in particular. You go out and get the dub. It's a relief because you definitely wanted this team.
And it's bragging rights for everybody, for the coaching staff, for the fans, but how about for the players as well? For another 365 days, you can talk about how you went out, you dominated, and you beat your rival. A lot of these guys are going to go on to the NFL. They'll be in locker rooms next year. They'll be talking about this for a long time.
That will put the wrap on things from here. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis. You've been watching another presentation of EA Sports College Football.